They say Atlantis never existed. Just a legend, a cautionary tale told by philosophers. But if that's true, why do the waves still whisper its name? Hey, everybody. I'm here to talk about Atlantis. More specifically, I'm here to tell you all about the new Atlantis update. But before we dive in, I want to hear from you. Are you ready? Okay, so I know that a lot of people don't like the idea of exploring underwater ruins. First off, if you're planning on going alone, well, don't. But you're not allowed to take anything, not even pictures or videos. And you definitely can't bring any of the coral or the plants from the city. It's so beautiful, so sad, so tragic. And it's stunning. It is such a great addition to the game, and I can't wait for you all to see it for yourself. And hey, if you're looking for something fun to do, be sure to join us on our server. We'd love to have you. And if you're not already part of our community, well, what are you waiting for? Join us today and let's explore the ocean together. It's illegal, and besides, you can't actually carry any of it with you when you leave. You'll drop everything when you breach the surface. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. So basically, what I'm saying is that you should enjoy the city while you're there, take in its beauty, and try not to die. Because once you leave, everything will be gone. The only evidence that Atlantis ever existed will be a few statues half buried in sand and a whisper on the wind. Bring a friend. It's always safer to explore in a group, and it's best if someone stays behind in the ship. You can always alert the others if you find something or need help. Secondly, make sure to bring a light source with you. Like I said, you can't bring any of the coral or the plants from the city, but you can take pictures and videos and notes. But you're going to want to make sure that you bring a flashlight or a flare gun or something to light up the dark areas of the city. It's pitch black down there and it's really creepy. Plus, you won't get lost. Thirdly, bring plenty of water. I know this sounds stupid, but it's really important. You don't know how long you're gonna be down there, and it is super important to stay hydrated. Lastly, bring weapons. You don't have to use them, but it's better to be safe than sorry. Trust me on this one. So to start off, I want to assure you that Atlantis is optional. You don't have to go there. This has to be one of my favorite places in all of the oceans. And if you are, then click the link in the description and join us today. We'd love to have you. While you're there, make sure to check out all of our other updates. There's so much to see and do now, and we're constantly adding new things. There are new sea creatures, new biomes, new items, new enchants, new recipes, new dimensions. Oh, and there's also this new boss that you can fight. He's pretty tough, so make sure to bring a friend or two along. Oh, and there's also this new portal that you can activate. It's super rare, so you might want to bring a bucket of Eye of Newt just in case. I mean, really, it's an experience you have to feel for yourself to believe. Once you get past the initial shock of finding the entrance to the city, which, by the way, is easy enough to miss because it's overgrown with plants and stuff, you will discover an incredible place. The lost city of Atlantis. The moment you step foot inside the city, you feel it around you. The sorrow, the pain, the melancholy of a lost civilization. The city is massive and intricate and absolutely gorgeous. Towers pierce the water's surface above you. Schools of fish weave between pillars adorned with algae and coral. The main road cuts right through the center of the city. It's paved with marble and dotted with grand statues of kings and queens. Lush gardens overflow from windowsills, and the walls are covered in beautifully painted murals that detail the history of the city. Each area of the city is distinct and beautiful. You have the temple, the royal palace, the marketplace, even a stadium. And each one is filled with unique things to see and discover. There are countless fountains scattered throughout the city, many still dripping with water after all this time. And there are dozens of secret passages and hiding spots tucked away in plain sight. Everywhere you look, there is more to see. And everywhere you go, there is more to discover. You can find little notes written in the old Atlantean language that translate to ancient phrases like beware or danger. And although you might think that a place this beautiful would be filled with beauty, that's not the case. Honestly, it's quite the opposite. Atlantis is haunting. It's eerie. It's depressing. And in some parts, it's downright creepy. One wrong move and you could end up trapped forever. Sure, you could stay as long as you want, but you can't bring anything back. And there are many reasons to leave as soon as you found this place. For starters, everyone who enters Atlantis is cursed with bad luck. That much is certain. And many of the rooms are rigged with deadly traps that will turn you into chum in seconds. But no matter how dangerous it is, people still enter Atlantis in hopes of finding treasure, artifacts, maybe even a lost relic that can grant them powers beyond their wildest dreams. And what they find instead is death. Because Atlantis may be empty, but it's definitely not abandoned. There are dangerous creatures everywhere. Giant spiders spin webs across doorways, blocking your path forward. Blobfish slither through the halls, eyeing you curiously. And in the darkest corners, the most terrifying of all the creatures hide the guardians. These strange beings roam the city at night, attacking anyone who dares set foot in their territory. The good news is that during the day, they are gone, hiding in the deepest, darkest part of the ocean. So if you're planning on visiting Atlantis, make sure to only go during daylight hours because I can tell you from experience, it's not worth risking your life to explore an underwater city, especially when said city is crawling with giant monsters. If you don't want to, you don't have to explore anything you don't want to. The entire city is completely optional. And honestly, I think if you're scared, you probably shouldn't go. I'm just gonna put that out there. You don't have to. It's okay. But also, if you're ready, Atlantis is truly breathtaking. It is magnificent. However, if you still want to explore, there are things you can do to ensure your safety. Now, once you're done exploring, you might want to salvage what you can from the city. So are you ready to visit Atlantis? Let me know in the comments. Guys, seriously though, Atlantis is such an amazing place. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Are you ready to embark on a journey to a place where ancient secrets meet the depths of the ocean? Welcome to my channel, where today we're diving into the heart of a sunken mystery. The ocean's surface shimmers like 1,000 shattered mirrors, each reflecting a piece of the sky above. It's a mesmerizing sight that both draws you in and keeps you at a respectful distance. The salty tang of the sea air fills your lungs as you take a deep breath, steeling yourself for what lies beneath. Prepare to explore the haunting beauty of the submerged city of Atlantis. Some are open as if waiting for eager readers who will never return. Once vibrant murals now show glimpses of color, their images tantalizingly out of reach. Intricately carved pillars frame an entrance beckoning you closer. As you approach, you notice a series of steps leading down into the palace's embrace. Each step is a whisper from the past, inviting you to tread where royalty once walked. You see bustling markets, grand processions, and citizens engaged in arts and sciences. The remnants of a feast still on the table suggest a gathering abruptly ended. In the center, a crystal-clear pool reflects the fractured light from above. It is said that those who gazed into its depths could glimpse their destinies or commune with the spirits of their ancestors. Once a place of revelry and dance, now it's a silent tomb. Gilt mirrors hang askew, their surfaces clouded with age. What once echoed with laughter and music is now filled with the mournful song of the current. Ornate goblets lie overturned, their contents long spilled. The walls are adorned with frescoes depicting bountiful harvests and exotic creatures from distant lands. The world seems new, its wonders more vibrant after glimpsing the timeless beauty of the submerged city. You turn to depart, glancing back one last time at the distant ocean. The ruins of Atlantis lie in wait, a silent invitation to return in dreams or in the depths of your own imagination. The story of Atlantis, whether rooted in fact or woven in myth, continues to captivate us. This tale of a lost civilization serves as a reminder of humanity's enduring fascination with the mysteries of the past and the depths of the ocean. Celestial bodies lie frozen in their eternal vigil, offering a glimpse into the heavens of a bygone era. Share your thoughts, experiences, and ideas in the comments below. Your feedback means the world to me. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss out on new adventures. Thanks for joining me on this journey. Until next time, keep exploring, keep dreaming, and keep diving into the depths of wonder. Through a high window, you see this starry tapestry of the night sky mirrored above the ocean's surface. In this moment, you feel a profound connection to the astronomers of old who stood in this very spot, unraveling the mysteries of the cosmos. Here, amidst the splendor, you find a crown resting on a pedestal, its jewels dull but still glimmering faintly in the dim light. It's a tangible link to the city's former glory, a symbol of the ruler who may have once graced these chambers. Nearby, a full-length mirror lies shattered, its shards glinting like fallen stars. Legend has it that this mirror held magical properties, allowing its wearer to see beyond the confines of Atlantis. It's a haunting tableau, a snapshot of a civilization that thrived on the bounty of the sea and the land. Their faces, serene and wise, seem to hold the secrets of a vanished civilization. The palace facade is a masterpiece of architectural brilliance, though the ravages of time have left their mark. Intricate patterns and symbols adorning the walls tell stories of gods and heroes, kings and queens. Sculptures of mythical creatures and celestial beings peek out from the silt, their forms both majestic and haunting. A throne room awaits, its vaulted ceiling disappearing into the murky depths. As you ascend, the city recedes into the watery depths, its secrets safe in their silent realm. Breaking through the surface, you gasp at the sight of the sun-drenched world. The warmth on your skin and the sound of birdsong fill you with the joy of being alive in the present moment. Looking back at the horizon, you see nothing but shimmering waves. The exact location of Atlantis lost to the mists of time, but the memories of your underwater adventure linger. Sunlight filters through cracks in the roof, illuminating dust motes dancing in the water. On one side, a throne crafted from black basalt stands as a silent sentinel. Its surface is etched with intricate designs, hinting at the power and majesty once held by its occupant. In the center, a sundial stands as a reminder of time's relentless march, its shadow eternally frozen at the depths. Others lie in disarray, their pages scattered like fallen leaves. Among the weathered volumes, a single scroll catches your eye, its edges curling in the current. As you unfold it, faded ink reveals forgotten knowledge, indecipherable words that hint at the advanced wisdom of a bygone era. Now let's dive into our captivating story. You stand at the edge of a vast expanse, the ruins of Atlantis sprawled before you. Intricate carvings adorn its surface, depicting scenes of daily life, mythical creatures, and forgotten rituals. It's a portal to another era, inviting you to step through and immerse yourself in the echoes of a bygone age. As you descend into the turquoise depths, the water envelops you in its cool embrace. Sunlight filters through the surface, creating a mosaic of dancing lights and shadows on the seabed. With every stroke, the world above fades away, leaving you enveloped in the watery realm. As you reach the ocean floor, a sense of awe washes over you. Before you stretches Atlantis, a panorama of silent grandeur. Sunken buildings, palaces, and towers rise from the sand, their intricate details frozen in time. It's a city captured in its eternal slumber, a testament to a civilization lost to the ages. Among the ruins, a monumental archway beckons. Its weathered stones whisper tales of a glorious past. Deeper into the heart of Atlantis, you venture forth. The ocean's silence is profound, broken only by the gentle sway of aquatic life. Schools of vibrant fish flit through the ruins, their colors adding a touch of life to the muted tones of the submerged city. A majestic statue stands before you, its features eroded by time, yet its spirit remains. Gazing upon this silent sentinel, you ponder the stories it could tell if its stone lips could speak. The ruins of a grand library come into view. Time has not dimmed the allure of its shelves laden with ancient texts. Descending further, you find a courtyard adorned with remnants of art. In the distance, the outline of a magnificent palace emerges from the gloom. But it's inside the palace that true wonders unfold. Your gaze falls upon a mural that wraps around the room, depicting scenes of Atlantis in its glory days. Beyond the throne room, you discover a royal dining hall. Venturing deeper into the palace, you come across a meditation chamber, and then you find it, the royal bedroom. As you explore further, you stumble upon a grand ballroom. Finally, you reach the royal observatory. A large mural graces the walls, depicting the constellations as they would have appeared on the night of Atlantis' fall. Now it's time to make your way back to the surface, carrying with you the echoes of Atlantis. Back on solid ground, you shake off the weight of the ruins and the passage of centuries. What did you think about this underwater adventure in Atlantis? I am a digital creator living in Athens, Greece. I make videos about classical archaeology, classical history, and anything else I find interesting. So join me in exploring the ancient world. Everywhere, reminders of power and purpose, of a city on a mission to understand and master their world. Stone gives way to sand. Columns shrink into archways woven with roots and vines. You are no longer in the city's heart, but in its memory. You turn to leave. The current has shifted. Atlantis is not done with you yet. It pulls you back to the center of the ring, back to the pool, back to the silent, watchful statues. And the water is speaking now, not showing you images, but thoughts, memories, stories. They speak in hushed tones, their words carried away on the breeze. Their love is tender, passionate, their embrace is close, their kiss deep, their hearts beat as one. They are lost in each other, the world fades away. There is only the two of them, their love, their bodies, their souls. The water carries their love away and replaces it with the determined stride of a warrior. He walks with purpose, his steps strong and sure. He is ready for battle, for any challenge, for any foe. He is fearless. He is strong. He is brave. He fights for his city, for his people, for his beliefs. He is a hero. The water carries his bravery away and replaces it with the quiet sobs of a mourner. She grieves for those who have died, for those who have been lost, for those who will never return. She is surrounded by the dead. She touches their cold, lifeless bodies. She feels their souls slipping away. She hears their voices calling to her. She sees their faces pale and drawn. She is trapped in a nightmare, in a vision of death and decay. The water carries her despair away and replaces it with the soft rustle of leaves. The stories of these people who come to this garden to sit and think and dream. The water is no longer speaking, but it has given you a gift, a memory, a reminder of the city of Atlantis. Its people, their hopes and dreams, their loves and losses, their triumphs and tragedies. They are gone now, but they live on in your heart. You carry them with you as you leave the garden and return to the city. You walk the streets, but you see them now with new eyes. You see the ghosts of the people who once walked here. You hear the echoes of their laughter, their voices, their songs. You feel the warmth of their presence all around you. You are connected to them, to the city, to the past. And you know that even though they are gone, they are still here. In the stones, in the water, in the air, in the light, in the memory. This was a garden once, not for food, but for thought. He remembers the feel of warm sand between his toes, the taste of sweet grapes fresh from the vine, the sound of his mother's laughter, the smell of rain on dry earth. Her laughter echoes in the stillness. Her happiness blossoms like a flower reaching for the sun. She is carefree and full of wonder. She sees magic in the mundane, adventure in the ordinary. The world is new to her, and she embraces every moment with open arms. Her laughter fades, replaced by the quiet murmur of a scholar. He speaks of the mysteries of the universe, of the laws that govern our world. He seeks understanding. He questions everything. He is never satisfied with the answers he finds. He delves deeper and deeper into the mysteries of existence, searching for truth, for knowledge, for wisdom. His mind races, his thoughts fly, his spirit soars. He forgets everything but his quest. He loses himself in the pursuit of understanding, and in the end, he finds only more questions. He remembers the way his father's hand felt on his shoulder, firm and strong, the lessons he learned from him, the stories he heard by the firelight, the games they played together, the love they shared. And the young man weeps. He weeps for all that he has been and all that he will never be again. All that he has lost and all that he will never find. All that he has left and all that he is becoming. A place where the people of Atlantis came to walk and breathe and remember. Even now, the layout remains. Stone benches, soft by time. Fountains, cracked but still standing. Trees that once reached toward the sun, now fossilized in salt and stillness. Petals of coral drift like leaves through the water. Fish move slowly here as if honoring the silence. The streets echo with activity. Merchants hawk their wares. Groups of friends discuss the day's events. A child chases a dog across the street. A woman calls to her wayward cat. These people are real. They have hopes and dreams and disappointments and fears. Their lives stretch out before them like an endless vista, but that's not the story you're here to tell. You explore the grand avenues of Atlantis, marveling at the wonders of light and water and engineering. So when the light begins to fade, you leave the temple. The current guides you toward a quieter space. The path narrows. One smiles, one weeps, one kneels, arms outstretched. Another turns away as if ashamed. You stand among them, feeling watched, not judged, but witnessed. And in the center of the ring, a pool, circular, dark, still. You float above it and something shimmers in the water. Not a reflection, a vision. You see Atlantis as it was. Children laughing in sunlit courtyards, scholars speaking under flowering trees, lovers dancing at twilight. The water shows you not what is, but what was. Or perhaps what always is, beneath the surface of forgetting. At the garden center, a ring of statues, each one different, each one cloaked in emotion. Then a shadow crosses the pool, and the vision fades. The statues remain still, the fish do not stir, but something has changed. There's a young man here, his eyes closed, his expression open and peaceful. He thinks of home. The water carries his grief away and replaces it with the joy of a young girl skipping through the long grass, chasing butterflies and dragonflies. The water carries his questions away and replaces them with the soft whisper of lovers entwined, and suddenly you are awake. The garden is silent, the statues are still, the fish are motionless. You are alone. Hello, friends. So I've got a little bit of an announcement to make. I'm stepping away from this series for a little while, maybe a few days, maybe a few weeks. I read it recently and I just couldn't stop thinking about it. So when I saw this scene, I just had to share it. I hope you enjoy. You follow through a narrow passage, walls tight, carved with faint markings. Like I said, I'm gonna be taking a little break from this series. I'll catch you next time. Bye. I'm working on some other projects right now and I need to focus my energy. But I will be back, I promise. And until then, you can always check out the rest of the videos on my channel. There's plenty of content there to keep you busy. Every surface glows with soft bioluminescence like ancient script breathing in the dark. You descend, not quickly, not fearfully, but as one drawn by memory. At the bottom, the passage opens into a great chamber. A dome, vast and hollow, holds the silence of centuries. This is no throne room, no temple, no marketplace. This was the place of the last song. You do not know how you know, but you do. Here, the voices of Atlantis rose together one final time. Not in panic, not in rage, but in harmony. You imagine them standing in a circle, hands joined, facing the rising water with eyes wide open. Their song filled the chamber, filled the sea, filled time itself. And then it stopped. Not because they were silenced, but because they were heard. The walls here are smooth, almost too perfect. They seem to listen. Your own breath echoes like music, low and rhythmic. At the center of the chamber, a sphere. Glass, maybe, or crystal, impossible to tell. It floats, untouched, pulsing faintly, with light or memory. You reach toward it, not to take, just to feel. And for a moment, everything stops. You see faces, not yours. Not now. Laughter, grief, wisdom, sacrifice. Then it fades, and the silence returns. But now it's different, not empty, not cold. The silence hums, carries you. You leave the chamber. You do not look back. There's no need. The song was never for the past. It was for those who would one day return. And now you have heard it. It felt very cinematic to me, and I wanted to share it with you. It's actually the ending of a book. So there will be spoilers, obviously. But even if you haven't read the book, I think you'll still appreciate this piece of writing. It's beautifully written and so vivid. I mean, it really sticks with you. Who knows? I'm not quite sure yet myself. I want to be clear that I'm not retiring the series, but I do need to take a little break. In the meantime, though, I'd love to share this piece of writing with you. It's a scene that I came across in a book. I don't know about you, but I often find myself daydreaming about underwater cities and civilizations. The current pulls gently now. It knows where you must go. Okay, friends, I hope you enjoyed that. If you haven't subscribed yet, well, now's a great time to do it. As always, thank you so much for watching. And now, the oracle's cryptic riddle echoed in your mind. When the sea claims what was lost, seek the ruler of the deep. What did it mean? Was the answer hidden somewhere in the heart of this watery grave? Or perhaps it was a trick, a deception laid upon you by the gods themselves. As you rose from the chamber, a sudden force pulled you sideways. Not up, not out, but down. Dizzy, you looked around. The sea had pulled back, revealing a vast expanse of land where moments before there was only water. The deeper you went, the more the buildings pressed in, forming a tunnel of towering structures that seemed to pierce the heavens. As you walked, strange symbols carved into the walls danced before your eyes, their meaning lost to time. Trapped between the ghostly audience and the spectral performer, you felt a growing sense of dread. You were utterly alone in this underwater city, surrounded by the echoes of a civilization long gone. Still, they hummed with an energy that resonated deep within you. The city, too, seemed to grow dim, as if it were losing interest in this intruder who had stumbled into its watery embrace. And even if it were, the entrance to the underwater city had vanished, leaving you trapped in its ghostly embrace. Panic began to rise within you, threatening to consume you. You were running out of time. You needed to leave, to escape this place before it was swallowed by the darkness. As you drew closer, details revealed themselves. The throne stood on a circular floor, its surface adorned with rings carved with mysterious symbols. Only a feeling of deep familiarity, as if you had known this place in a past life. Their meanings were lost to time, but their rhythm still resonated with something deep within you. It pulsed faintly, not with light, but with a deep inner strength. You felt drawn to it, compelled to understand its purpose. And at its base, you saw it, a simple mark carved into the stone, 3 lines in a circle, pulsing gently. You stood on the edge of what felt like a new world, a world of towering buildings, grand palaces. As you swam, the buildings grew dimmer, their grandeur fading into the murky depths. And why had the throne chosen you? Witnesses to its glory, to its sorrow, and to its enduring spirit. And somehow you had been chosen for this role. The mark on the stone thrummed faintly as if acknowledging your presence. The throne may have been empty, but it was far from powerless. The answers eluded you, but as the visions faded, you felt a profound connection to this place, to its people, and to the throne itself. You could stay here, you knew, and let the sorrow of Atlantis consume you. Or you could honor the legacy of its people by seeking out its lost history, by unraveling the mysteries of its past, and by ensuring that its memory lived on. The haunting melody from the amphitheater still echoed in your ears, urging you onward. The throne had revealed itself to you, but its purpose remained shrouded in mystery. The throne had shown you the way, but the path ahead was uncertain. One thing you knew, you were not alone. The spirit of Atlantis, its joys and sorrows, its triumphs and tragedies, were woven into the very fabric of this place. And as you walked among its ruins, you felt their presence all around you, urging you to keep going, to keep searching for the truth. What role were you destined to play in this underwater kingdom? What secrets were you meant to uncover? As you did, a question formed in your mind. Who ruled Atlantis? And as you reached out to touch it, the stone was warm, almost inviting. Suddenly, you knew what you had to do. You had only a few precious hours left to explore the underwater city before the night brought with it unknown dangers. Time was running out, and as darkness fell over Atlantis, you knew that the greatest mysteries were about to unfold. The answer, when it came, was not a sound, but a silence. It was not a vision, but an absence. It was not a name, but a presence. Time had not cracked it. The sea had not claimed it. It remained untouched, as if the one who sat there never truly left. This Atlantis was alive, vibrant, and full of wonder. Then, as quickly as it had begun, it faded, leaving you in darkness once more. Had you imagined it? Was this throne merely a figment of your delirious mind? You remembered the oracle's words. At the city's quietest point, beneath a shifting veil of sand, the throne awaits. If you could find the throne, perhaps you would discover a way out of this watery labyrinth. Memories flooded your mind, not your own, but someone else's. Visions of a bustling city, of people going about their daily lives, of a thriving civilization that existed in harmony with the ocean around them. The sea rushed in, and you found yourself face to face with an enormous chamber. At its center, barely visible beneath a shifting blanket of sand, sat a throne. Perhaps it held the key to escaping the city before it was too late. Following the music, you came across a massive amphitheater carved into the side of a coral reef. On the steps sat countless figures, all turned toward the stage, yet none speaking, moving, or breathing. They were frozen in an eternal audience, forever captivated by whatever performance had brought them here. People swam past, their expression serene, their movements fluid and graceful. You couldn't make out their features, but you felt a presence so commanding that every muscle in your body tensed. As the song reached its crescendo, you watched in awe as the singer flung their arms wide, embracing the music, embracing the pain, embracing the sorrow. And then, right before your eyes, they shattered, dissolving into 1,000 shimmering pieces that drifted away on the current. They seemed oblivious to the turmoil that raged in your own heart. Their leader, the oracle had spoken of, where could they be? Were they even aware of the danger that lurked in their midst? And sprawling gardens, all bathed in the ethereal glow of the sun's reflection from the ocean. The city stretched endlessly in all directions, a mesmerizing labyrinth of beauty and sorrow. Cautiously, you ventured into this underwater metropolis, each step both exciting and unnerving. The sight before you was nothing like the ruined city you had seen earlier. Suddenly, a haunting melody drifted through the water, drawing you toward its source. The music swelled, and from the corner of your eye, you saw a lone figure emerge onto the makeshift stage. Startled, you took a step back, only to realize that the path behind you had vanished. Then, as if sensing your fear, the melody began to fade, leaving behind an eerie silence. But how? You had come here on the back of a giant sea turtle, but the creature was nowhere to be seen. Yet amidst the chaos, a glimmer of hope appeared. With newfound determination, you turned and plunged back into the heart of the underwater city, determined to uncover its secrets before time ran out. Then suddenly, just as the city had materialized before you, the ground beneath you shifted. It wasn't golden, it wasn't jeweled. It was carved from a single piece of stone, simple, smooth, and strong. You approached slowly, mesmerized by an unseen presence that seemed to emanate from its core. You hovered above it, your mind racing. Who ruled Atlantis? No name came to mind, no face, no story. Then the most astonishing thing happened. The sand beneath the throne swirled and shifted, revealing the seat itself in all its glory. Kneeling down, you closed your eyes, letting the pull of the throne envelop you. You opened your eyes and gasped. Before you, the throne radiated a soft, ethereal glow, illuminating the chamber with an otherworldly light. As you stared, mesmerized, the mark flared, sending ripples of light through the chamber. No. As you looked down, you saw that the mark was still there, untouched by the shifting sands of time. You placed your hand on the mark, and in that instant, a jolt of energy surged through your body. And at the center of it all, a deep, abiding sense of peace. Who were these people? What had happened to this place? You understood now that Atlantis didn't need rulers. It needed witnesses. Rising slowly, you turned back to the throne, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. You looked out over the vast expanse of the underwater city, its beauty both breathtaking and heartbreaking. With renewed determination, you began to explore the ruins, eager to uncover the secrets of this ancient civilization. As you ventured deeper into the ruins, you carried with you the weight of Atlantis' legacy, determined to find answers in the heart of its watery grave. But as the sun began its slow descent, casting long shadows over the ruins, a new urgency filled you. What do you know about Atlantis? What do you think you know? Most people think they know something about Atlantis, something they learned somewhere along their journey through life. We're diving deep, deeper than anyone has ever dared, into the greatest city that ever existed. What you're about to hear is not fact. It's not fiction either. It's a dream. Tell them about the library and the voice and the countless stories within the stones. But you won't. Why? Because what you saw was beyond comprehension. I want to introduce you to the wonders of Atlantis, to the mysteries of the universe. I want to help you expand your consciousness and realize your true potential. Join me on this journey. Explore the mysteries of Atlantis with me. Discover the secrets of the universe together. Expand your consciousness and become more than you ever imagined you could be. Are you ready? Are you ready to dive deep into the mysteries of Atlantis? Are you ready to explore the hidden realms of consciousness? Are you ready to discover the infinite potential that lies within you? If you are, then take my hand and let us begin our journey together. Trust me, you won't regret it. To try to explain it would be to betray it. What would they understand anyway? You could show them the glyphs on the walls, but they'd just marvel at the pretty pictures. They would not hear the questions being asked. They would not feel the thoughts being sent out. You can carry this knowledge, this feeling in your heart. Let it fill you up. Let it guide you. Be careful, though. If you're not careful, it will consume you. So let go of your expectations. Brace yourself for the unknown. Do not be afraid. How your reality was a thin veil over a deeper, more complex truth. When that happened to me, I dove headfirst into books, devouring everything I could find. I felt like I was making progress, expanding my awareness. But there's a limit to books, isn't there? A limit to human knowledge, to human experience. There's so much we don't know, so much we can't understand. I realized that if I wanted to learn more, to expand my consciousness even further, I'd have to seek out new sources of knowledge, hidden sources, sources that lay beyond the veil. I started having dreams about Atlantis, and then I started visiting Atlantis. It was calling to me, whispering secrets that I could almost understand. I was learning things that defied human comprehension, things that were beyond words. I saw wonders that made my mind real. I experienced things that expanded my consciousness to unimaginable realms. And I realized that Atlantis was more than just a place. It was a state of being, a way of life, a level of consciousness. It was a testament to what humans can achieve when they tap into the deeper mysteries of the universe. Atlantis taught me that the real world is far more wondrous and mysterious than anything we can imagine. It showed me that there are powers at play that are beyond our understanding. It opened my eyes to the infinite potential that lies within each of us. The sea carries you again, but this time you feel a subtle pull, as if the city itself is guiding you to what it wants you to see. It is leading you home. And when you finally reach it, it will not look like you imagined. It will look like it feels. The water parts before you, and a grand hall rises from the depths. Some of its columns are broken, but proud. Doorways stand tall and carved with vines and stars. Above it all, a single arch stands intact. It bears a single word, a word that you know but cannot read. It is older than any language still spoken by men. You recognize it from a dream, from a story, from a myth. You have heard this word in the cradle of humanity, and the echo of it has remained inside you. It calls to you now, and you pass through. Usually something about a great flood or some powerful wizards or an advanced civilization. But most of those things, if you trace their origins, will lead you back to Plato. Plato, who wrote about it thousands of years ago, said it was 9,000 years old at the time he wrote about it. He said it was destroyed by a natural disaster. He mentioned things like temples and palaces and priests and orators. But most importantly, he said that Atlantis was all about control, how it had a navy to dominate its neighbors, and how it tried to conquer the whole world. But we're not talking about Plato today. There's no dust, there are no parchments. There are no books, but this is a library. You feel it in the stillness and the echoes and the weight of the silence. The walls are carved with tiny patterns, millions of them. Not decoration, data, knowledge, stories. This was not a library of books. It was a library of memory. Each stone holds a voice, a thought, a question once asked by a mind that no longer breathes. And here, they are preserved. You move through the chambers, one after another. Each glows faintly as if recognizing your presence. Images flicker, not in your eyes, but in your mind. A teacher explaining the sky, a child reciting a story, a council debating with calm urgency. They are gone, but they left themselves behind. You reach a final room, round, empty. One stone chair sits in the center. You sit and the room responds. The carvings glow softly. A hum begins, not sound, but vibration. Then a voice, not in your language, but you understand. Not with your ears, but with your being. It does not say, welcome. It says, we knew you come. The hum fades, the glow settles, the voice is gone, but the knowledge remains all around you and now within you. You rise. The library has no doors to close. Its walls will always wait because Atlantis was never afraid of being forgotten. It knew someone would listen, and you did. Now you can tell people about what you saw. Tell them about the halls and the doorways and the ancient word. Do you remember the first time you realized the world wasn't as simple as it seemed? How the things you've been told weren't always true? And now I want to share what I've learned with you. So you are drifting upward now, not escaping, but returning. You leave behind the wreckage of the past, the shattered remnants of the world you once knew. There are no walls, no structures, only water, but this water is different. It is smooth, perfect, reflective, a mirror. You hover above it, and for the first time, you see yourself. Not your face, not your body, but something deeper. Who am I? What am I becoming? Why does the fear feel so tangible? Because it's not just a dream. It's a memory. The streets are bustling with activity. People go about their daily lives, their faces full of joy and wonder. This time, you see the aftermath. You wander through empty streets, the air thick with the smell of salt and decay. You want to help, but you don't know how. All you can do is stand there and watch as they disappear into the swirling vortex, vanishing without a trace. Then it's your turn. Curiosity gets the better of you, and you venture inside. You stumble back, shaken by the experience, and you know you can't stay here any longer. The beach seems deserted now, the crowd's gone, the only sound the mournful cry of gulls. You look back one last time, half expecting to see the beach swallowed by the sea, but it's still there, just as you left it. You don't know what to make of it, but you know one thing for sure, you'll never forget Atlantis. You turn and run, the sound of the waves crashing behind you. But it's memory, that was the point. Its legacy lives not in stone, but in those who remember, and now you do. You breathe. The sea answers, and somewhere, far above, a new current begins. You burst out of the cave and collapse on the beach, gasping for breath. You're shaking, your heart pounding in your chest, your mind racing. What did that symbol mean? Why did it unlock these memories? And who is that man? You don't have the answers, but you know one thing. You can't stay here. You need to get out of this place before it's too late. The cave is dark and narrow, but as your eyes adjust to the gloom, you begin to make out shapes on the walls. They're carvings, ancient and mysterious. You run your fingers over the rough stone, trying to decipher the images, but they seem like a foreign language to you. Suddenly, one of the carvings catches your attention. It's a symbol you've seen before, the one that appeared on the tablet. You step closer and feel a surge of energy course through you. You close your eyes, focusing on the symbol, and memories flood your mind. Memories that aren't yours, but someone else's. You see a young man with tousled brown hair and green eyes, a mischievous grin on his face. He's standing on a balcony overlooking the ocean, the wind whipping through his hair as he raises his arms in triumph. You feel his joy, his excitement, his love for life. Then you see him again, but this time he's older, his face lined with worry, his shoulders slumped. He's staring out at the sea, his eyes filled with fear and resignation. You feel his despair, his helplessness, his acceptance of his fate. The man turns around and looks directly at you, his eyes blazing with determination. He opens his mouth to speak, but his voice is lost to the roar of the sea. You know what he's saying. You feel it in your bones. He's warning you, urging you to escape while you still can. He knows the end is near, and he wants you to survive. You feel yourself being pulled into the maelstrom, twisting and turning until you're disoriented and helpless. You struggle against the current, but it's no use. You're being swept away. You close your eyes tight, bracing for the end, waiting for the pain to come, but it never does. Instead, you feel a sense of calm wash over you, a feeling of release. You let go and surrender to the depths. The buildings are crumbling, the gardens overgrown and wild. There's a heavy silence everywhere, broken only by the sound of the waves crashing against the shore. You walk on, not knowing where you're going, not wanting to stop. Suddenly, you come across a group of people huddled together, their faces etched with fear and sadness. They look up at you, their eyes filled with questions. What happened here? What happened to them? The buildings are tall and proud, reaching for the sky. The gardens are lush and vibrant, full of exotic plants and animals. You look around and realize you're lying on the beach, the sand soft and warm beneath you. You sit up and run your fingers through your hair, trying to piece together the events that led you here. You remember the dream, or was it a dream? The vivid images burn themselves into your mind, the sights, the sounds, the feelings. Was it real? Could Atlantis really exist? You don't know. But as you get to your feet and brush the sand off your clothes, you feel a strange sense of peace settle over you. You're not sure if it's the gentle breeze, the sound of the waves crashing in the distance, or the realization that you're alive, but something inside you has shifted. You're not the same person who stumbled onto this beach. You've been changed by what you've experienced, and you know you'll never be the same again. But the image flickers and the music fades. You see darkness fall over the city, hear the screams of terror and the crash of waves. The buildings crumble and the people flee. Is there anything left to salvage? What will become of Atlantis? The memory of a city that once stood proud, strong and defiant against the waves, only to be consumed by the very sea it sought to conquer. This is Atlantis at its greatest, at its most vulnerable, at its most human. The lifeblood of the city pulses around you, thundering in your veins like a forgotten language. You're caught in its rhythm, drawn into its embrace. You reach out but cannot touch. The closer you try to look, the more the image slips away. You dive down into the water, pulling yourself together piece by piece. What you find there, deep within the depths of the watery abyss, is something that terrifies you so much that even now you cannot bring yourself to fully face it. Can you swim through the depths of your own being? If so, what do you discover about yourself? Below you, the sea has grown still, too still. It's as if the ocean itself is holding its breath, waiting. Who are you, and where am I? You don't know. All you understand is that you have to keep moving. You turn and swim toward the nearest wall. It's too far to see clearly, but you can sense something up ahead. Something calls to you. Hope, perhaps. Or maybe just curiosity. Ahead of you lies a vast clearing in the ruins. As quickly as it disappeared, your reflection returns. You are whole now, healed, but changed. And then, as you round the corner, you see it. There's a massive structure here, grander than any you've seen before. This is the heart of the lost city, and it feels as if the very essence of Atlantis is held within these ancient stones. Before you, the water is calm, but the deeper you go, the more you feel the energy shift. Suddenly, the surface of the water erupts into a frenzy of bubbles and churning waves. The city shakes. People scream. Is this all a dream? If this is a dream, why is it so real? Why can you feel the vibrations in your bones? Hear the echoes in your ears? The reflection shimmers. You see the grandeur of Atlantis at its peak, alive with light and laughter. But as quickly as it vanished, the city reappears. You try to speak, but your voice is gone. You wake up gasping for breath, your heart pounding in your chest. Where are you? What just happened? As you continue to explore the beach, you come across a small cave hidden behind a cluster of rocks. He reaches out a hand, his fingers trembling, and you reach back, eager to help. But your hands pass through each other and he disappears. As the sun dips below the horizon, you gather your things and start the long walk home. This place has shown you its truth. Not to frighten you, not to impress you, but to remind you. Atlantis was never meant to last forever. This isn't my first time here, but it feels like it might be my last. As we turn, the light shifts, revealing a sight both strange and familiar. The city, once vibrant, alive, now lies shrouded in an emerald twilight. The palace walls, weathered and worn, bear silent witness to centuries gone by. Silence descends, broken only by the sighing of the wind and the soft crunch of fallen leaves beneath my feet. The weight of ages past presses down, suffocating, inescapable. I begin to rise, not hurried, not hesitant, just ready. I am lighter now, freer, my spirit soaring on currents of understanding. The city is a part of me, and I am a part of the city. As I drift towards the fading light, I carry within me the legacy of Atlantis, a treasure more precious than any jewel. The sun breaks through the clouds, bathing the world in a golden light. The leaves rustle, whispering secrets in the gentle breeze. The city sleeps, and I carry its dreams. The earth falls away beneath me, not fading, but settling, like a dream returning to its depths. Like a song that no longer needs to be heard to be remembered, I ascend, floating upwards on a tide of pure awareness. The city falls away below me, not disappearing, but coming to rest. Like a seashell held to the ear, it murmurs secrets only the wind can hear. I pass the gardens again. The statues no longer seem distant. They nod, gently, in a silence more powerful than words. The fountain's whispers, once gushing, now trickle to a halt, leaving echoes of their former selves behind. They too fall away, becoming part of the hushed narrative of the city's end. I pass the temple halls. The murals still shine, but now I understand their story. They too settle into the silence, their brilliance undimmed, their message delivered. I drift toward the center, the heart of the city, drawn to the silent throne. It lies half buried in the shifting sands, eternal in its quietude. It does not ask for loyalty, only remembrance. And in that moment, I offer my whole self, my attention, my respect, my love. I am a part of this now, a piece of the city's soul. The throne accepts, embracing me into its timeless stillness. Around me, the city settles deeper into the earth, its spirit finding peace. The light fades, not dimming, but becoming one with the shadows. The sky blurs, not disappearing, but merging with the endless blue above. And in the vast expanse of the heavens, I see the reflection of the city's light, undimmed, unyielding, eternal. And I am a part of that now, carrying the city's light within my own being. As the final vestiges of the city fade from sight, a profound calm washes over me. It is not an ending, for endings imply oblivion, nothingness. This is a settling, a coming to rest. And in that stillness, the city finds its final peace. Here, in the heart of the ruins, I am but a speck in the grand tapestry of time. My footsteps echo on the flagstones, a lonely percussion in the symphony of the ages. Dust motes dance in the fading light, swirling in patterns as intricate as the carvings on the temple walls. The setting sun bleeds across the horizon, casting long, distorted shadows that stretch and warp the familiar into the bizarre. As darkness deepens, the city takes on a life of its own. Shadows deepen, twisting the ruins into menacing shapes that writhe and coil like serpents. The wind, now a keening lament, whips through the shattered windows, rattling the loose stones like the bones of some great forgotten beast. Above, the heavens blaze with celestial fire. Stars ignite one by one, piercing the inky blackness and winking down at the slumbering ruins. Their cold, distant light offers little comfort in this realm of deepening shadows and chilling whispers. The grand avenues, once bustling with activity, are now carpeted with fallen leaves, crunching softly beneath my feet. His robes billowing in the wind, he moves with an otherworldly grace that speaks of forgotten lore and ancient power. The stranger's face is obscured by the hood of his robe, his identity a mystery veiled in shadow and enigma. But his eyes, twin pools of starlight, burn with an otherworldly light that pierces the gathering gloom. In their depths, I glimpse not just intelligence, but an ageless wisdom that transcends the boundaries of mortal understanding. The stranger raises a hand, revealing a staff adorned with arcane symbols that hum with latent power. With each measured step, the very air shimmers, as if the fabric of reality itself is responding to his presence. As he draws closer, I sense a surge of energy, a palpable force that crackles in the air like static. The stranger turns, and for a fleeting moment, our gazes meet. In his eyes, I see a universe of knowledge, a tapestry of time and existence woven with threads of arcane wisdom. I am but a small flame flickering in the vast darkness, yet his gaze holds mine, anchoring me amidst the tempest of emotions he evokes. The stranger speaks, his voice a resonant echo that reverberates through the chambers of my soul. Each word hangs suspended in the air, pregnant with meaning, resonating with an age-old power. Though his lips move soundlessly, I hear his voice thundering within the fortress of my being. It is a language older than words, a lexicon of the cosmos that resonates with the deepest recesses of my understanding. And as I stand bathed in the ethereal glow of his presence, I know that the boundaries of my perception are dissolving, giving way to vistas of knowledge that were once beyond my imagining. It's as if the city itself is holding its breath, caught between past and present. A single leaf spirals from the temple tower, tracing slow circles in the golden air before surrendering to gravity's pull. It joins countless others carpeting the ground in hues of crimson and gold, transforming the ancient stones into a mosaic of color. The wind whispers through the skeletal branches of long-dead trees, weaving tales of a bygone era. Their gnarled limbs reach skyward like supplicating hands, as though even the trees here are reaching out to touch the fading light. The statue's face is hidden in the shadows cast by the arching trees. What was once a symbol of power and pride is now a weathered sentinel guarding secrets best left undisturbed. The city seems to draw me in, its mysteries beckoning, its whispers echoing promises of forgotten lore. The sun bleeds across the horizon, staining the clouds with hues of amber and rose. The sky, a canvas of vibrant colors, reflects in the still waters of the reflecting pool, creating a mirror of the heavens. The water, once a source of life and prosperity, now mirrors the dying embers of the day, its surface as still and as reflective as a pane of glass. The fountains stand silent, their waters turn to wine, their songs of joy replaced by the rustling of leaves. The palace, once a beacon of civilization, now stands as a monument to time's relentless march, its grandeur eroded by the relentless hands of centuries. Ivy creeps up the palace wall, reclaiming the stone as nature's own. Vines weave their way around pillars, transforming strength into surrender. Nature's patient persistence is evident in every leaf that clings to a crumbling archway, in every sapling pushing through the fissures in the pavement. Even the gods of old cannot escape the embrace of nature's ceaseless renewal. The colossal head of Poseidon, once a symbol of the city's glory, now wears the mantle of decay. Barnacles cling to his brow, and the sea, ever persistent, encroaches upon his domain, lapping at the base of his colossal form. Yet even in decay, there's an undeniable beauty, a testament to the enduring power of nature. The fallen leaves, once symbols of life and growth, now blanket the city in a tapestry of crimson and gold. The very stones seem to sigh, their ancient voices joining the chorus of falling leaves, a lament for a lost age, an elegy for a fallen kingdom. A lone gull cries overhead, its call echoing the city's solitude. Time stretches, each second an eternity. A lone figure emerges from the gloom, a silhouette etched against the dying embers of the sky. And then I feel it, a tugging at the very core of my being, an irresistible force drawing me ever upward. Below me, the sea laps softly against the silent shore, a gentle lullaby to the sleeping city.